Hi, welcome back into the channel and I hope that you are well. Today I want to talk about let the grudges go. Holding on to the wrongdoings that others have done to us. And I'm not going to I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? Some people have done some horrendous things to others. So sometimes holding on to grudges and letting it go can be hard, right? But with God, all things is possible. So if someone has wronged you, and you are still holding on to what someone did 5 years ago, 5 months ago, 5 days ago, right? And you have not let them go, then I urge you to go to God, because not only will it affect you mentally, but it will physically sometimes make your body sick, holding on to those negative wrongdoings that someone has done. And again, it's not always easy depending on what the person has done, right? Sometimes you have to seek out help. It can mean counseling, it can mean coaching, whatever that means for you, let it go, because forgiveness is not for you. A lot of people will say, I'm not forgiving them. I'm just going to let them go scot-free. No, you're not letting go scot-free, because number one, you are not the judge, right? God is the judge. He is the repayer of evil. He repays people, right? So that way you take your hands off the situation and let him judge the person or punish them how he sees fit. The moment that you take judgment into your own hands, God is not going to fight for you, because he is a fair and just God. So he got it. So take your problems to God, right? Take them grudges that you've been holding on for a long time to God. Because there's nothing worse than, right, seeing a woman that is bitter and holding on to past pains, things that their husbands are currently doing or ex-husbands have done, things that mommy and daddy has done. That stuff starts to physically wear on you, right? And make you start looking all old and haggardly. So if it is up to you, right? If you are a believer, then it is up to you to be at peace with all men. And when I say be peaceable with all men, that doesn't mean go back and hang out with them and break bread. No, sometimes certain things are irreconcilable, meaning that it's done, it's over, we're not going back, but I will forgive you, right? I wish you all love, it's all peace and blessings, but you're gonna have to get them out of my presence, right? That doesn't mean taking them back, right? But that is on a case by case basis. So if you are reconciling with someone, depending on what they did, right? It's, depending on what they did, you can take them back, and sometimes you cannot, right? But I would encourage you to go to God, because forgiveness doesn't mean, oh, now we can be friends. And sometimes it can. So you have to be wise with that. But the forgiveness is for you, right? Because none of us know when we're going to leave this earth. One thing is for certain, that we are leaving here, right? Because this is not our forever home. But while we are here, we want to be free, right? I don't want to be in bondage, right? Meaning that every time I hear about somebody or see them, or somebody's talking about them, I feel tight in my spirit to the point where my blood pressure is high. That's not freedom. That's shackles and chains, right? And you're mentally shackled, because when someone talks about them, then you all of a sudden get this pit in your stomach. And that's a clear sign that you haven't forgiven them. Especially because a lot of times when people are holding on to grudges from people, right, when someone has done something to them, a lot of time the other person doesn't even know, right? You think you getting them back, oh, I'll show them, I ain't talking to them, I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that. That person's over at the amusement park, right, on rides, or they're at the park with their kids on the swings, whee, having a good old time, and you sitting there seething in your spirit, thinking they thinking about you, and they are not. So remember that forgiveness is for you, right? And the Word of God says that God cannot forgive you if you can't forgive your sister and brother. So you're expecting to get forgiveness from God, right? Because God forgives us all the time. Even though things that we do things against God all the time, knowingly and unknowingly, right? And God forgives us, so you can't forgive somebody, right? So keep that in the back of your mind, or should I say in the front of your mind, where you feel like you can't forgive, right? So forgiveness is for you. I'm going to keep harping on that, right? It is for you, to release you of that prison, that bondage that you feel. So I hope this video is helpful. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Guys, again, please make sure that you are forgiven because none of us know when we are going to leave this earth. Matter of fact, my brother-in-law passed away last year and he was 37, young, right? And it was so sad to see him leave, right? But what I realized is that the cares of this world and the material items that a lot of us are worried about, he didn't take any of those things with him. He left this earth by himself the same way he came. So do not take people for granted because then when they pass away, you want to jump into their casket because now all of a sudden you feel like, I didn't say this, I didn't say that. Let people know how you feel before they leave this earth. That way you don't have to be feeling, down and bad and also feeling guilty because you know you weren't the best to them. So guys, thank you again for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye.